Martell makes some incredible claims, just when we thought the tale of Melody and Martell was finally coming to an end. But this time, he's not just bringing up Melody, he's also involving Hill Harper. Then, Martell jumped on the internet and made some rather bold statements. According to Martell, Melody and Hill are romantically involved. He made references to some illegal business dealings and suggested that Hill and Melody have been working on something that doesn't add up. He didn't go into great detail about the business side, but he gave the impression that this wasn't your normal networking or partnership move. Then he took another step. Martell suggests that there may be more to this business partnership than meets the eye. Indeed, he is hinting at a secret love affair between Melody and Hill. People were paying attention to the way he phrased his posts, even though he didn't say it out loud. But here's what makes that interesting. It has long been believed that Hill Harper is a well-groomed, relatively private person. He stays away from messy reality TV dramas and is involved in politics in addition to his acting career. So when Martell brought up his name in the middle of all of this, it was unexpected. He knew that bringing up a person like Hill would make people talk. Furthermore, Martell conveyed the sense that this alleged relationship had been ongoing for a while. It was more than a one-time meeting or a partnership, he claimed. He is claiming that Melody and Hill have been having an affair and that she has been hiding it from everyone, including him, even though they co-parent. He even called into question Melody's integrity, saying she has been dishonest with both him and the fans, posing as innocent while working behind the scenes. Once more, he did not present any receipts. However, Martell's specialty is producing just enough smoke to compel people to seek fire. The issue is that this is not Martell's first messy moment, as you may have noticed if you have been following this story. In fact, a pattern is starting to emerge. Martell gets raucous whenever Melody is grinning. We should run it back. When Melody's music career took off, Martell vented on social media about co-parenting issues. He claimed she was rarely with the kids and accused her of leaving them with multiple babysitters. He even questioned him about her parenting in court when she started to get more attention on Love and Marriage. Martell used that video of their son misbehaving to paint herself as a bad mother when she suddenly showed up in Huntsville. Viewers found it manipulative because he never truly owns up to his mistakes. When Melody began new business endeavors, she had the same experience. Martell's timeline turns into a press tour of unimportant details whenever she starts to achieve public success, whether it be in skincare products, real estate, or event hosting. The idea of her moving on without him or finding happiness with someone else seems too much for him to handle. And there's always the question of timing. Melody's name reappeared just as the latest charge was made. She had just left a high-profile event, and social media was congratulating her on her hustle, growth, and glow up. At that precise moment, Martell goes live and begins tossing salt. Since the divorce, Melody has been acting in a different way. Instead of just ending the marriage, she immediately went into boss mode. She's been securing brand deals, running her property preservation company, organizing events, and even sharing inspirational content on social media. Essentially, Martell has been booked and busy, and the more she shines, the more agitated she seems to get. The problem is that Melody's image is polished at the moment. She is being admired by her fans and portrayed as a woman who turned her hardship into strength while walking the red carpet. The drama surrounding baby mamas, the backlash against bitterness, and the same plot are all still associated with Martell. Even his attempts at rebranding don't seem to be working. Not because the business concepts are flawed, but because his name is so mired in controversy that people can't tell the difference between the drama and the product. Let's be honest, social media hasn't exactly been on his side. It's hard to win when your ex is doing well and your reputation is taking a hit. Now let's add Hill Harper. No controversies, no online outbursts, and no reality TV baggage. When Martell sees a man like Hill Harper with Melody, he puts pressure on him because he represents everything Martell isn't right now: stable, admired, and trouble-free. Additionally, whether for professional or personal reasons, Hill and Melody together present a powerful image. For someone like Martell, who is still stuck in antiquated habits, such advancements can feel like a kick in the face, because that's more than just a makeover, it's a total transformation. It's not just jealousy, it's comparison. Martell knows that people are watching too. If Melody finds someone like Hill and makes something meaningful, it will only highlight her progress and Martell's ongoing stagnation. As soon as Martell started criticizing Melody and Hill, fans rushed in to voice their disapproval. It's the same old tired playbook, according to many. Without offering any proof, he stirs up controversy in the hopes that his loudness will persuade others to believe him. He was being criticized on Twitter and Instagram for trying to undermine Melody again. One user wrote, "Martell gets annoyed whenever Melody gets attention. He got all that energy for Melody, but none for growth or healing," another person said. Furthermore, it was immediately noted that he offered no proof. No screenshots, no texts, no videos. Some fans even said he's trying to stir up controversy to stay in the conversation because he doesn't really show up like that without Melody Martell's name. Okay, let's slow down for a moment, because despite the fact that most people are criticizing Martell, we need to be fair and take into account the possibility that his claims have some merit. Do Melody and Hill Harper have a real relationship that they are hiding? Insurmountable, that is. Melody has been shining brightly, going around in bigger circles, and showing up in more upscale venues. She might encounter someone like Hill Harper, especially if she wants to work with her on community or business projects, or is attempting to establish her brand. They both have public platforms, and public figures often collaborate with each other. A romantic relationship is not always indicated by partnerships, charitable work, or just building relationships. Furthermore, just because we haven't seen any evidence doesn't mean that something isn't happening. Celebrities never say anything, especially when they know their fans are watching. Actually, it's usually best to keep quiet when you know someone is trying to get you involved in drama. Melody knows better than to fan his flames, especially when she has more pressing issues to deal with. Hill is no exception. He is running for the Senate of Michigan. The last thing he wants is to be involved in a reality TV catastrophe. Even when romantic events are taking place, why does Martell feel so entitled to talk about them? Melody is still unmarried, but Martell has had a number of public relationships since his divorce, including with women who have criticized him for being controlling or unreliable. So what's wrong with Melody dating someone new, especially someone with a clean record? What she is doing is less important than who is doing it. Maybe the real issue here is that it's Melody, the woman Martell lost and can't seem to get off his mind. Now, let's zoom in and take a closer look at the bigger picture, because even if you take Martell's statements at face value, his actions cast more doubt on his intentions than his message. First of all, these charges weren't made overnight. They got there just as Melody was beginning to pick up steam again. She was working on new projects, appearing in public, and getting love from the internet. Then, Martell's clumsy social media posts reappeared. It's like clockwork, because let's face it, this isn't the first time. When Melody begins to move in a more positive direction, Martell always finds a way to get himself into the conversation. Sometimes it's through passive-aggressive tweets, and other times it's through cryptic Instagram lives or interviews. It's a pattern rather than a coincidence. So what does he want? Since Martell only has Melody as a plot point, many people assume that this is all about relevance.